Since I didn't hear a real pointed question to either Jean or Jeff in Steve's remarks, I'm going to go on now to Melissa. And Melissa, until this panel, the A word, annuity, wasn't used. And in some ways, what is powerful about what you've heard for both Jean and Jeff is that they are talking about one that exists now and could be better, and one that is new without looking at an annuity option maybe until the very end. But you sit at a different company, a different chair, and I'm looking forward to your remarks on these two proposals.
Thanks, Lisa. First, I'm going to do the Michael Krebs disclaimer, which is I'm speaking for myself, although I will reference my company. I also want to thank the sponsors of this. I think this is just a great forum and terrific people here. And it's, you know, I've been in this industry long enough to say that for 15 years, we've been talking, as Steve says, accumulation, 401k. So it's nice to talk about reinventing, reimagining retirement, because really what it is all about is retirement income in the end. And that's what we want to ensure. And one theme that really Gene alludes to in his proposal, which I think isn't something we've really focused on today, but I think as part of the next steps maybe, Karen and Richard, is really reimagining what it's going to be like for all of us in retirement. I mean, Judy's here today. She's retired. And I think that things like phased retirement or having second or third careers, going back to school, I mean, we're just not going to stop working the way our parents may have worked. And I think that's one reason why Jean's proposal on Social Security is so important. I think both of these ideas are very valuable to the discussion. I think particularly Jean's idea about delaying Social Security to make it more of what it was originally intended to be, which is a social safety net for the very old when people really did stop or have to stop working or were dead. And so I think that that's got a lot of merit to it. And in fact, MetLife has a Social Security benefits calculator on our website. And we, in that vein, for those people who cannot afford to completely wait to get Social Security, we have products that provide a gap annuity so that people can get some sort of steady stream of income until they can get that increased retirement income from Social Security. And Jeff's idea, I mean, we work with financial engines all the time, and there are many companies in the financial services industry, strange bedfellows, really, that you wouldn't have seen even 5 or 10 years ago, are working together, insurance companies and mutual fund companies, to really address a lot of the concerns that have been brought up today about making sure that people don't lose total control over their money, that longevity insurance or other types of delayed annuities are part of the equation, because then the multiple that you get from that is so much more important. Also, as an aside, I just want to applaud Mark and the Treasury Department for their recent guidance. I think the fact that the government is really focusing on these issues, both in the legislative arena and also in the regulatory arena, is really critical to everything that we're doing here. So we applaud all of these efforts. And I would just, you know, one other thing, I know Amy's going to address it, is curious about how we deal with spousal consent issues in these types. I mean, in Social Security, we know how it's dealt with, but in these private sector new products that are developing, we just really need to be aware of those types of things. And then I will close with not such a positive, but a segue to the next segment, which is we've been discussing these ideas for years. The Aspen Institute, Conversation on Coverage, so many forums. And I want to take us from talking to doing. So we really need to say, what's next? How do we get some of these ideas to really work? So, go ahead.